And investigators may be getting closer this morning to learning what caused the crash of Asiana Flight 214. Carter Evans is at San Francisco International Airport. Carter, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Less than a week after the crash that killed 2 people and sent 180 to the hospital, the National Transportation Safety Board says it still has not found any mechanical problems that could have led to the crash. That's turning attention even more to the pilots. As crews cut up and carted away the wreckage of Asiana Flight 214, investigators looking into the crash gave their final briefing at the accident scene. They emphasized the plane came in too low and too slow. Cockpit voice recordings show the pilots apparently didn't notice until it was too late.
There is no mention of speed until about 9 seconds before impact when they're at 100 feet.
It was a long week for the NTSB. Officials at San Francisco Airport and Asiana Airlines all went into crisis mode last Saturday morning, shortly after 11:30.
There is a woman out here on the street, on the runway, who is pretty much burned very severely on the head, and we don't know what to do.
As the plane touched down after a 10-hour flight from Korea, the landing gear and tail of the Boeing 777 aircraft slammed into a seawall, ripped off, and the fuselage spun across the runway. All those on the plane managed to exit before it was engulfed in flames.
This was not a jet fuel fed fire. So that tells us that the fuel tank structure remained intact.
The rest of the week was filled with press briefings.
There is no anomalous behavior of the autopilot, of the flight director, and of the auto throttles based on the FDR data reviewed to date.
One source of concern was the pilot's inexperience with the aircraft. Another was confusion over the automated flight systems on the plane.
Are you concerned that it's possible some pilots may be becoming dependent on these flight automation systems?
Not only am I concerned, but the industry globally is beginning to be more concerned about this.
From here, the NTSB broadens its investigation beyond flight data to include everything from the airline's corporate culture to its pilot training regimen.
We're having a better understanding now of what happened. We're beginning to find out a little bit about how it happened, but we still don't know why it happened.
And investigators have stressed that nothing has been definitively ruled out and no conclusions have been reached. The NTSB will soon head back to Washington with a mountain of evidence to sift through, including parts of the aircraft itself and interview transcripts. The final evaluation of what caused this crash could take more than a year. Nora and Anthony?
Carter Evans, thanks, Carter.